2, we want to do 1 single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So grabbing your work, we want to go in the second chain. Now we never count the one that's on our hook, so that's our first, that's our second. So get your hook in that second one, yarn over, 2 on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. So we just did 1 single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Now we want to do 1 single crochet in the next 3 chains. Easy peasy. Go into the next chain stitch, work 1, next chain stitch, that's 2, and in the next chain stitch, that's 3. That's our 3 single crochets. Now 1 double crochet in the next 14 chains. I think we can do that too. I think that sounds easy. And what this will do is will bring us, once we've done our 14, that will be what we'll need to probably do to get the rest of our chain crocheted into. So yarning over and going into the next chain stitch, working a double crochet. And you want to work 14 across your chains. And I'll catch up when I've done 14, otherwise you're going to get bored watching me. So we've done that, and then it says 1 double crochet in the next 7 double crochets. And you should be up to your next stitch here that is on our work here, so we need to go into the back loop, and we are going to crochet across 7 stitches, which will bring us up to where we change to our single crochets. So we're still working in the back loops only. So I've just done my last one in there, and now we're up to our single crochet stitches. See, they've all changed size. And on our pattern it says 1 single crochet in the next 9 single crochets. So we can do that, can't we guys? So changing to our single crochet, working in the back loops only. Where are you? There we are. Oh, get in there. There we go. This yarn is not very easy to see on camera when I'm working with it. And if my viewfinder's at the wrong angle, I can't see it at all. There we go. So we're just going across till we get to the end. Don't forget to work into that last chain. And the next part, is a chain 1 and turn. So we're just doing a chain 1 and turning, and that was easy. So looking back at our pattern, it says after we've done all that, our 4 single crochets is our cuff. And that's what that means, how it's in brackets. And then we had 21 double crochets and 9 single crochets, and altogether it will total 34 stitches. So let's just look back. This is this little arm bit we've got sticking out here. This is the cuff of one of our sleeves. This is the sleeve, goes all the way up, and then it changes to the neck. So if you're looking at a jumper, it'd actually look like that. And then we're going to continue and make our sleeve. And don't forget, our last stitch is always into a chain there from the previous row. So let's take a look at what we've got. Let me just take my hook off. When you take your hook out of your work, if you're going to go somewhere or whatever, you're moving away from where you're sitting, always just pull out a loop. Because if you get up and walk away from the table and this is attached around somewhere, you're going to pull, and you're going to pull out all that work. Trust me, I've done it before. So here we go. We're starting to get this little bit here. This is the front of one of our panels, and this is going to be our right sleeve. So we look at our pattern here. It says 4 single crochets is our cuff. So looking at our pattern, when we did, this is the end of that chain we had to make, 4 single crochets were on the end there. So that's our cuff. And the 21 double crochets, which was after we did our single crochet rings on the end here, and then went all the way across to about there, that is our 21 double crochets. And then on the end here was our 9 single crochets like we've been doing. So altogether we should have 34 stitches, a chain 1, so we should have 34 stitches, and now we need to chain 1 and turn. So just putting back on there, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So what's next? Row 3, and I'm just using a paper clip with another bit of folded paper over there. You can use this too, it's good to see where you're up to. So row 3, 1 single crochet into the next 9 single crochets, 1 double crochet into the next 21 double crochets, and 1 single crochet into the next 4 single crochets, chain 1 and turn. So let's do 1 single crochet into the next 9 single crochets. So you should be up the top here, this is our sleeve hanging off down there, and we're up here. So we've done our chain 1 and turn from the previous row, and we're going to work 9 single crochets. So that's chain 1 is our first, working back loops only, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and instead of counting, if you're getting quite good at it, you'll only need to go until you get to your single crochets, because you know the next stitch is going to be a double crochet. So if you check, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The next stitch is a double crochet, so you know you're going to double crochet into your double crochet. So that's why this pattern is easy, see, because you're single crocheting into your single crochets and double crocheting into your double crochets. Once you get the hang of the pattern, you don't really need to count. Unless you think you've done a mistake, you can go back, count it, and then you'll know. So the next part of our pattern, here I am chatting away and going ahead with it. The next part of our pattern, we've done our 9 single crochets, 1 double crochet into the next 21 double crochets. So I've done 2, and then I want to keep going across until I get to 21. And the last part of our pattern is 1 single crochet in the next 4 single crochets. Now if you look at the end of the row here, you'll have 4 single crochets. So you know that you've got to double crochet across until we get to these 4 single crochets, because that is going to be our 21 double crochets that we need to put in. Did I mention I love this pattern? So once you get the hang of it, you'll know that once you get to the stitch, when the stitches change on the previous row, you'll know what you're going to need to do. Because at the moment we're just double crocheting, because on our previous row they're double crochets. So I'm just gonna, gonna leave the camera going until I get to my single crochets. So I've got 2 stitches left. So I've got 1 stitch left. See how that's a double crochet? I need to put a double crochet in there. And that's my 4 on the end there, my 4 single crochets. So that should have been 21 double crochets. So let's just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm just starting counting after my single crochets there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And it says we should have 21. And the next part of our pattern is, so we just did our 21. Oops. 1 single crochet in the next 4 single crochets, chain 1 and turn. So we should have 4 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 1 and turn. Row 4. 1 single crochet into the next 4 single crochets. Let's do that. So our chain 1 counts as our first stitch. So that's 2, 3, and 4. And our next stitch is a double crochet stitch. So that's 1 in the next 4. We've done that. 1 double crochet in the next 21 double crochets. So you just want to double crochet across 21 stitches, and I'll catch up with you when we've just about done our 21. So I'm just up to my number 21. And now it's 1 single crochet in the next 9 single crochets, chain 1 and turn. So I have 9 stitches here, single crocheting into the back loops only. All the way till we get to the end. Going into that last stitch, chain 1, and then turning our work around. So our next row is row 5. And we have excuse me, 1 single crochet in the next 9 single crochets, 1 double crochet in the next 21 double crochets, 1 single crochet in the next 4 single crochets, chain 1 and turn. So our first part, we want to do 9 single crochets. That's 1, we've done our chain 1, counts as our first stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whoops, and 9. And our next part is 1 double crochet into the next 21 double crochets. So I know even without counting, I know my next stitch is a double crochet, because see how that's a double crochet, and this one's a single. So I've done a single into the single, and we're doing a double into the double, working into the back loops only. And you want to work your way across and with double crochets until we get to the last 4 stitches. So you're going to stop on your last double crochet on the previous row. So that one's a single and that one's a double. See how that stitch is a lot taller? You're going to stop double crocheting when you get to that last double crochet. So we're up to the last 4 stitches, and we want to put 1 single crochet in the next 4 single crochets, working into the back loops only. That's 2, 3, and the last one's our chain, so going through both loops, chain 1 and turn. So up to our next row. Our next row is row 6. 1 single crochet in the next 4 single crochets, 1 double crochet in the next 21 double crochets, and 1 single crochet in the next 9 single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. So we've got our chain 1 and our turn. So it's 1 single crochet into the next 4. So this counts as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Our next stitch will be the double crochet from the previous row. I want to work 21 double crochets across this, so 1 in each stitch without dropping stitches, working into the back loops only. So I want to do that for 21 stitches. So how do I know when I've done 21 without counting? And I did actually count them to make sure I got 21. I know that because I've double crocheted into our last double crochet. Our next stitch is our single crochet. And we want a single crochet in 9 single crochets, working into the back loops only for 9 stitches until we get to the end. On that last stitch, just go through both loops. Gives it a nice neat edge. So our next row is row 7. So row 7 to 18, we're going to repeat 5 and 6. Do not break off the yarn at the end though, because we are going to continue on. So what does that mean? Well, next row, our next row 7 is going to be the same as row 5, because it says repeat rows 5 and 6. So row 7 is going to be the same as row 5. So you go back to row 5 and you do that, and then row 6 you do that, and then you go back to row 5 and then 6, back to row 5 and 6. And you want to keep going until you've done 18 rows. So when you look at, let me just find this. Now this is our sleeve, because here's our little tiny cuff that goes around the wrist. So when we have 18 rows in our sleeve, we know we have finished. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. Actually, our first row started here. Sorry, guys. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. Our next row is row 7. And then row 7 to 18, you're going to repeat 5 and 6. So after think we've done 18, we just want to double check, starting counting on this row in our sleeve here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we should be able to count 18 rows all together. So I will meet you there. So the next row you want to do is row 5, and then 6, and then 5, and then 6, and repeat those 2 rows until we have 18 rows all together. Hi guys, sorry about this part of the video, but I can't get to my workstation right now. So here we go, we have the front, the right front, and then we have the first sleeve finished off there. And we don't break off our yarn as it says in the pattern. So let's get started with the next row. So we're starting the back, row 1, 1 single crochet in the next 9 single crochets, and 1 double crochet in the next 7 double crochets. Chain 26 and turn. That is my dog making that noise. So let's get started. So we want to do 1 single crochet in the next 9 single crochets. So just ignore the dog in the background there. So working into the back loops only. There we go. I want to work across until we have 9 single crochets. And this is also an experiment to see if I can actually make a video like this as well. I don't have anything to work on, I'm just holding my work. So we'll see how this goes. I think I like the other way better. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now it's 1 double crochet in the next 7 double crochets. So that's yarning over and going into the next 7. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now we want to chain 26. So I'll start chaining, and you just count until you have 26. So now we have something that looks like this. This is the top of our jumper. Oh, hang on a sec. There we go. We have the front panel, the sleeve, and this funny looking chain now.